Hi everybody, I'm Stacey with Stacey's Organizing and Decorating for Life, or StaceyForLife.com. I'm here to help you organize your thoughts and decorate your perspectives. So you wouldn't want me to do that at one point in time this morning. I will tell you about that in just a minute. But first I wanted to tell you what the topic is going to be today. The topic is the confusion about what the quality of life looks like. We're also going to talk about blaming and shaming, and we're also going to talk about persistence beats resistance. So if you like it, that's our topic today. Please hit the like and subscribe button below if you haven't already. So let's get into this. I woke up this morning. I seemed to be fine. I got up and grabbed my yoga mat to do my perfectly imperfect workout like I do. I went and turned the coffee on, did my little workout, and I do kind of a little prayer ritual while I'm doing my workout because I'm really grateful that I can still move my body, and so I do all of that. Well, then I get my coffee and I get on the phone with a friend and we get to talking, and she's in Texas and I'm here, and as we're talking, they're getting to go out and mingle with people again, see their neighbors and stuff like this, and I'm still in isolation over here till June 1st. So we get to talking, and I, remember that last year I posted this article on how we were going to turn into a virtual world. And I'm really, really resistant to the virtual world. It's like, I think we need a balance. I love having the virtual world, the digital world. And, but I work on the computer, and I'm grateful that I get to connect with people all over the world through the computer in the daytime, and I also do my research on the computer and, get to talk to my friends on the phone and computer. So I'm on the phone pretty much and doing stuff on the computer all day. And now we are in this virtual world. We're doing our meetings on the virtual world. We're, some people were having dinner with friends, the virtual world, all kinds of cute and creative ways that people were doing the virtual world. And I just got twisted because I don't want to live in the virtual world. I miss seeing people's smiles. Another coach was saying that she had a depressing day, one day. Because we miss seeing people's smiles. Now they're covered up. And last time I was out over 3 weeks ago, I would look for the smiles in the eyes, and I could only see fear and, confusion. And so that wasn't fun either. So this is just a different time and everything. But, I was really funky. I was in a funk. So I go over to my altar and I light my candles and I start praying. I'm upset and I'm praying, God, please let this thing, whatever it is, please let it leave. Let it not hurt any more people or take any more lives, and let people be restored and not be in fear anymore and all of this. So it started going away. And, then what I'm told by my candles and my altar, and I'm not trying to get all religious on y'all, but whatever y'all do to make your soul happy, and that's where I get centered, is I have to sit down and pray because I believe my prayers are heard. And I sit there and meditate because I believe that I need to stay present. And see, when I was getting all twisted and anxious, I was not being present. So I got present, and it told me, Stacey, you need to get in some gratitude because you have a damn fine house to walk around in every day. And you have some great things you get to do every day. So I got grounded and centered once again and remembered who I was, and remembered that we were all a part of this grand universe. And that's my goal, with doing these videos, is helping y'all. But I'm just sharing that because I want you to understand that everybody, we're all in this together. And that everybody has a day or a time of struggling. That there's nothing wrong with you for breaking down and crying and feeling depressed. That it's a part of it. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist, I'm a life coach, but I know that we all have situations come up in our life as humans where we get depressed, and this is one of those because everything's changed. A year ago, you were to set your phone down when you had dinner. A year ago, you were to set your phone down, when you were listening to somebody talk. And a year ago, you didn't have your phone on in meetings, and now everything's done on the phone right at this time. So it's really a confusing thing. You're told to wear a mask, you're told, but it might not help. You're told so many contradictory things right now. But before I had my breakdown this morning, I was doing research on other times when we had infectious diseases and viruses and such. And, we've came out of it. And we're going to come out of this one too, because however you choose to pray or talk to the universe or however, if you're asking the universe to relieve us of this, we're going to be relieved of this. And like I said last week, it is my hope that we've learned certain things about ourselves, that we've learned certain ways to take care of our earth, that we've learned that we are all in this together and that we are all connected, because that's my goal. So in part of that too, and looking at what the quality of life is, I'm hoping that still yet we can come together in unity, because, I don't want us to take on this dualistic, fear-based point of view, because as I'm sharing, the media, the computers, everything has a balance, and it's good. I'm from Texas, so when we would get up in the morning, because you don't know what the weather is going to do in Texas, we would look at the news. But the thing is I finally quit looking at the news, even just for the weather, because it was so sensationalized and dramatized. And that's the thing now, is I'm seeing on Facebook and other things, is you really don't know what's real and what's not. We know that this virus is real. We know that what's going on out here is real. But we also have to be right with our soul too. And in being right with our soul, it's about how we treat other people when they have different ideas than we have. So when people are trying to preserve their health and they feel like they need to do what they need to do, we need to respect that. And when people want to go out to the beach or whatever, because I'm seeing people at the beach, and it does. One of my friends, that's why I know we're all in this together too, because even as I'm going through my process this morning, one of my friends posted, in one of our groups, she was like, is anybody else, how's everybody else doing? So she was checking on everybody else, because that's one of the things, is when we can remember who we are and then find our purpose and get out of ourselves and check on other people and see what else is going on, and not get into this thing where we think that this is going to last forever, because like I said before, it never has. We've had all kinds of things, although some may, because we remember when AIDS came out and how afraid we were of AIDS, and now they've gotten things that they do to control. Many people are living very valuable lives and prosperous lives with AIDS. They've overcome, many of the obstacles that presented, and we're going to do that with this too. I have faith. I'm praying about it, and if you are too, then that's good. So I just don't want us to get into this thing to where we're in so much fear and paranoia that we can't be kind to our fellows, that we can't be kind to humanity. So if somebody's preserving their health and doesn't want to be hugged, I had to learn this pretty early on, because I'm a huggy person. So I had to learn you can't be jumping on everybody and hugging everybody, Stacey. So when we do get back out, and I'm going to be right out of the gate on June 1st myself, I'm going to be out there on the beach. I am. It's good for my soul. So I'm going to be out there, and I can social distance or whatever, just like I did before we couldn't go to the beach. So, but it's good for my soul, and we have to do what is good for our soul. See, our idea of the quality of life may be different than somebody else's idea of the quality of life, and that's what I want you all to understand, is that we can still have love, respect, and unity, even though our quality of lives vary. So if somebody doesn't want to be touched, or somebody's, wanting to keep a healthy distance, we need to respect that. But also, if somebody wants to go out, we need to respect that too. And then we have a choice on whether we want to let them in our house or not. But we don't know, I always like things like walk a mile in my shoes or something like this, because we don't know another person's travels or their journey or what's on their heart and what is going to keep them sane. Because staying sane right now, what's going to keep somebody physically, mentally, spiritually sane right now, And what might keep you sane might not keep another person sane. So I just want to remind everybody to lift each other up as we are all in this together, to go to your space, to pray for this thing to go away and leave us, but for us to learn these lessons that we needed to learn with it. And so maybe you've got an opportunity now to, expand and grow your business or create a business yourself. There's so many opportunities. If we could see opportunities instead of despair and realize that this isn't going to go on forever, So I'm taking like 2 business classes. One is like a, soul business, and then the other one's like structured, how you do business structure, because I know how to be a life coach. I know how to help others. I don't know how to run business. So this has given me the opportunity to do that. And I encourage you to find whatever it is that you feel like you could improve on and build yourself on that. Don't give up yet. So that gets us to the persistence beats resistance time, because oftentimes that's why people give up, is that they start doing something and they don't keep it on every single day. Because we have to apply ourselves and act as if, and what would we be doing if we did that, rather than just dreaming it up, and stuff. Sometimes people can dream up an idea, but they just want it to happen. And we have to make it happen. We have to apply it and integrate it into our lives every day. Also, when I was studying persistence and resistance, though, to get back to the health, because we're talking about quality of life and health and everything else, and mental health too. So we're talking about physical health, mental health, the quality of life, what it means to people. We get into persistence and resistance, and we build up a resistance, immunities to these past and previous things that we've had. We've had swine flu, we've had Ebola, we've had other, all this other stuff that scared us, like this one. And it's just the lessons that we can learn from having these things happen. So in the resistance part, when I was researching, it said that, resistance is also building up an immunity to some of these sicknesses. So what do we need to do to build up the immunity? It's probably not sitting in front of the TV 24/7. I'm not saying that the TV has any bad things, but it's just that, I've said that before, is that we need to put things in our mind, body, and soul that are going to make us healthy. Because even before this, oftentimes people did not put things that were healthy in their mind, body, and soul. And maybe this is called for people to be more, attentive to what they are putting into their mind, body, and soul. I believe that it has helped in that area on most days. So it's what we feed ourselves, and how we're feeding our soul, how we're feeding our mind. So what is stimulating you? Last week I asked, what books are you reading? I can tell you I'm reading. One of them's A New Earth, because I'm always crazy. I have to get all these different books going. One is A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. The other one is by Glennon Doyle. Y'all saw it in one of my photos. It is a Untamed. It's a really good book. And then I'm reading also Abundance Now by Lisa Nichols. So they're all in different kind of genres, so one's spiritual, one's quirky, but it's a lesson, and then the other one is my soul business lesson. So, I've got a little bit of everything going on there, and so there is lots of confusion, though, with the other things, but I'm doing those things. Those are feeding my mind. In my body, I picked up a NIA workout too. You can find it in my playlist, or you can look up NIA. It's NIA, Neuromuscular Integrated Action, because I'm not getting out walking the streets like I used to. And so I started thinking, God, you got to do something. So getting our heart rates up and getting to do stuff is another thing. And then, so that's your mind and your body, and my soul is just all contained in those books too. That prayer and meditation I told you that I start my day with, and I end my day with that same kind of deal. Light my candles and, being thankful and grateful. But I didn't wake up thankful and grateful today, but I admitting it. My kids used to say that like that. I admit it, that, I had that, and so I had to name it, So I hope that you can keep your resistance up, that you'll get some fresh air and sunshine, because, it's a confusing time. Go out, stay in, do this, and, it's so. We're all doing the best that we can, and another friend of mine and another group made a new group, actually, a gratitude group. So this tells me that many of us were on the same level this morning. So after I did my prayer and meditation and remembered who the hell I am, I also remembered that I was due on YouTube, that I had a premiere that I was waiting to see. And so I got in the premiere, and I got to talk to people from, the UK and Australia, just like I do, and it was cool. So I was back at it again, to the digital world, and I was okay with it. So not everything's going to last forever. There's a healthy balance in everything that's going on right now. We just have to see that healthy approach and not get sucked down the rabbit hole into the gloom and doom. remember who you are and come out and be willing to not shame yourself or blame yourself or shame or blame anyone else, because we're all going to get through this. We're going to keep lifting each other up, however we do that, and get through this with persistence, because we're going to do things every day asking that this universe, that we all be healed here, that on whatever level that we need to be healed, that we are all healed, and that we're able to go forward and thrive and survive, that there's going to be some new opportunities, some new things, new developments, and we're going to learn and grow and like it too, just like our parents would say, right? But anyway, it's just the attitude that we choose to go in with. And I just wanted to share that with you because I really do want to help people, but I do want you to know that I can't sugarcoat it all the time, because I understand we're not in a sugar-coated situation right now, you know, but I want you to remember who you are. Once again, do something that's good for your soul. After I remembered who I was and found that premiere and talked to the people all over the place, I had my earbuds in. I listened to Isolation very loud. And I'm not happy about being in iso-fucking-lation. But, you know, we're going to be out. We are. It's not going to last forever. And I just wish you wellness. I wish you peace. And I wish you love. And, you know, just be kind. Hang in here a little longer, y'all. All right. Thank you so much. Much love and peace to you.